Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is your space to improve your English speaking, listening, and thinking skills naturally and confidently. In the last video, we talked about shadowing and active listening, two powerful techniques to train your ears and your mouth to work together. But today, we're going to take the next big step, learning how to think in English. If you've ever found yourself translating words in your head before speaking, or if you pause too long trying to remember the right sentence, this video is for you. I'll explain why you translate, how to stop it, and how to build the habit of thinking directly in English. We'll do practical exercises together, and by the end of this lesson, you'll have a daily plan to rewire your brain to think naturally in English. So, sit back, relax, and let's begin this journey toward fluent, natural English thinking. Let's start with a simple question. Why do most English learners translate in their heads? It's because that's how language learning usually begins. When you start learning English, you connect every new word to your first language. You learn that apple means a specific word in your language, and I am means something else. It's a logical process, but your brain becomes dependent on translation. Over time, this habit turns into an automatic step. You hear a word, your brain translates it, and only then do you understand. When you want to speak, your brain first creates the sentence in your native language, then looks for English equivalents, then says it. This process takes time and makes speaking feel slow and unnatural. Native speakers, on the other hand, think directly in their language. They don't translate. They just associate words with images, emotions, or experiences. For example, when they hear coffee, they don't think of a translation. They picture the smell, the taste, the warmth. That's exactly what you need to train your brain to do in English. Thinking in English means you link words directly to meaning, not to another language. Your goal as an English learner is to build a direct bridge between English words and meaning, without passing through your first language. Imagine your brain like a city. Right now, when you hear an English word, your brain takes the long road, from English to your native language, then to meaning. We want to build a shortcut, English meaning. To do that, we need exposure, repetition, and mental training. You need to feed your brain English every day, not just as a subject, but as a way of living. When you hear English every day, your brain starts to recognize patterns. When you describe things around you in English, you create mental connections. And when you practice speaking or shadowing, you make those connections automatic. Let's begin with the first step. Start thinking simple thoughts in English. You don't need to think about deep topics or complex ideas. Begin with short, daily thoughts, the kind of things you already think about in your native language. When you wake up, think, "It's morning. I'm tired. I need water." When you look out the window, think, "It's sunny today. The street looks quiet." When you make breakfast, think, "I like this smell. My coffee is hot. I'm cooking eggs." These simple thoughts are powerful. Each time you use English to describe your world, you train your brain to associate English directly with real experiences. That's how children learn their first language, by connecting words to what they see and feel, not by translating. You can also make it fun. When you walk, describe what you see. A man is walking his dog. A child is running. That car is very fast. It may seem simple, but these moments are building your English thinking habit. The second step is to stop translating common words. There are many English words you already know very well. Words like water, food, sleep, happy, work, morning, thank you. You don't need to translate these. You know what they mean. So, train yourself to feel them instead of translating them. When you hear water, imagine drinking it. When you hear happy, imagine the emotion. When you hear work, imagine your desk, your job, your coworkers. This visualization connects English directly to real meaning. Here's a simple trick. When you learn a new word, don't write its translation. Instead, write an example sentence and a picture or memory that represents it. For example, if you learn the word rain, write, "It's raining outside. The air smells fresh." This way, you create a connection between the English word and the experience, not another word in your native language. The more you do this, the less your brain will rely on translation. The third step is to speak your thoughts out loud. Thinking silently is good, but speaking out loud makes the process stronger and faster. When you speak, you activate not only your brain but also your mouth, tongue, and ears. You hear yourself, correct yourself, and start building fluency. For example, when you're doing your daily activities, describe them out loud in English. "I'm brushing my teeth. I'm preparing lunch. I'm checking my phone. I'm waiting for the bus." If you make mistakes, that's okay. Don't stop yourself to fix every sentence. The goal is to keep your thoughts flowing in English without switching languages. You can also do narration practice. Pretend you're a narrator describing your own life. "I'm walking to the kitchen. I open the fridge. I'm looking for something to eat." This may feel strange at first, but it's a powerful way to make English your default language of thought. Let's do some thinking exercises together. Imagine you just woke up. Ask yourself in English, "What do I have to do today?" Answer in English, "I have to go to work. I need to buy groceries. I want to watch a movie tonight." Now imagine you're outside walking to the store. Think, "The sun is bright. I see people crossing the street. I hear music from a car. I feel hot." Imagine you're watching a movie. Think, "This actor is funny. I like this scene. That's a beautiful city." If you practice this every day, you'll start noticing that your brain automatically uses English for daily life situations. You won't need to translate because your thoughts are already forming in English. Another key to thinking in English is learning phrases instead of individual words. We don't think word by word. We think in groups of words, in chunks. For example, instead of learning the word hungry, learn the phrase, "I'm hungry." Instead of learning go, learn, "I'm going to work, let's go," or "go ahead." When you memorize and use these phrases, your speech becomes natural. You stop hesitating, and you stop building sentences from scratch. Your brain remembers patterns. Shadowing practice can help here. When you repeat real English sentences, you're also training your mind to think in phrases just like native speakers do. To think in English, you need to surround yourself with English. Make it a part of your daily environment. Listen to podcasts. Watch YouTube videos. Read short stories. Change your phone's language to English. Think of English not as a subject you study, but as a world you live in. When you surround yourself with English, you start to hear it everywhere, and soon you start to think in it without effort. You'll catch yourself forming English sentences automatically, even when you're not trying. The more English you consume, the faster your mind will adapt. Thinking in English doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that takes time, consistency, and practice. At first, your brain will resist. You'll feel like you're forcing yourself to think in English. But after a few weeks, it starts to become natural. After a few months, you'll notice that you no longer translate basic ideas. And eventually, you'll start to dream in English. That's when you know your brain has switched modes. Remember, fluency isn't about perfection. It's about freedom, the freedom to think, speak, and express yourself in another language naturally. So, keep practicing. Speak, listen, shadow, and think in English every single day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Let's review what we learned today. First, we talked about why translation happens and how it slows down your speaking. Then, we learned to start thinking simple thoughts in English, stop translating common words, speak out loud, use daily exercises, learn phrases, and surround yourself with English. If you make this part of your daily routine, your mind will start to think in English automatically, No translation, no hesitation. I hope this video helps you train your English brain. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications because I'll be posting more speaking and listening practice every week. Let me know in the comments. Do you already try to think in English? What part is the hardest for you? Thank you for watching, and remember, the more you think in English, the more natural your speech becomes. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next video.